Just because something happened to you in the past doesn't mean your current story needs to suffer. Sometimes things come in our life to make us realize something or just to teach, and it is up to us to decide how we emerge out of it, either broken or depressed or healed and radiant. Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. The value you're going to take away from today's video is a step-by-step breakdown on how you can heal from your past, the trauma, insecurities, people, and more. And there are also a few things that you need to realize. So, first of all, this process will be uncomfortable. Healing, just looking deep into what all you've went through, it's going to be uncomfortable, from recovering from that past, healing your mental wounds. It's going to be uncomfortable. You'll feel uncomfortable. You'll feel like, no, I don't want to do this. I don't want to face it. But see, you cannot run away from it, because if you're running away from it, you're constantly hurting yourself even more. So the wound is getting even the wound's opening even more. So you don't have to run for it. So yes, realize that the process is going to be uncomfortable, and it is totally fine because it is meant to be that way. And please take out the word fix from your vocabulary. You do not need to be fixed. You're meant to be healed. You're not a robot. Robots are need to be fixed. You're a person and you need to be healed. Robots need to be fixed and humans need to be healed. And then it is also up to you to decide whether you're actually willing to begin the process, or you're just willing to just feel it again and again. Second thing is that it will healing is not just about traumas and past, like all your toxicity and abuse. No, it's not just about your childhood trauma, parental trauma. Healing is also healing mentally, because from the beginning we've been taught various things that have ingrained in our head. So it could be various social beliefs, limiting beliefs. Obviously limiting beliefs also require healing. You've been taught that there's not much love to go around. You shouldn't be narcissistic, so you should have to heal from that fact also, that yes, I have to love myself in order to achieve something, and in order to just feel and live my life, because then again it is my life. So I don't only want the people who went through some sort of trauma to click on this video. I want everybody to watch it till the end, because healing, you need to heal from your limiting beliefs, and healing is not just about trauma. Next thing you need to realize is that your past doesn't have any power over your present. See, many people, something that happened in the past, like they obviously experience all of that trauma and the insecurities from whatever happened in the past, but you need to realize that that was the past. What is gone is gone, and you have to learn to let go of that past. And how you can do that, we'll be looking at that later. But first, just don't let your past have any power on you. Just because something happened in the past doesn't mean it will repeat to you. And if it will repeat, and I'll get to that in the next point, if it will repeat, you will notice that repeating pattern and you will draw yourself out of it. So yes, first come to the realization that whatever happened to me is in the past, and it will remain in the past. So that way, it shouldn't have any power over me at this present moment. And the more quickly you realize it, the easier and better it will be for you to heal. And right now, you in this present moment, you have the greatest power to control yourself in the present as well as in the future. Because the past is gone, you can do nothing about it. But how you're living yourself, it will define your today and your tomorrow. So you need to believe in the fact that yes, I'm a completely different person now, and I respect my boundaries, I respect myself, and I will never allow anybody to treat me like that, and I will never allow somebody else's control over me. So when you come to this realization, it will all be very easy for you. Then you have to look at the fact, you have to notice repeating patterns in order to make sure that none of this happened to you again. Because see, I think I've said it before, but something happens to you again and again because the universe wishes to teach you something. So I give my example as well. Like I was very desperate for things. Like I would get very attached to things, and I would have all sort of expectations. But then again and again, every single time, in every single situation, my expectations kept breaking down, and that hurt me in a way. So that was the universe's way of telling me that you have to stop keeping expectations from people, from situations, and you have to stay detached from that expectation side. And that is why you need to look at this fact too, that you have to make sure that none of what happened to me in the past should never repeat in my present or my future. So you have to notice repeating patterns. For example, a very common example of this is insecurities. So for example, from your childhood, you've been taught, like you've been conditioned in that sort of way, like you feel like my body, I'm not comfortable in my body. My body is not sufficient. I am fat or I am thin, and I am insecure about it. I don't like it this way, and I wish to be somebody else who has a much better figure than me. So if somebody right now is insecure about their body, just think how many times would have you said to yourself that I'm fat or I'm thin, I'm insecure about, I want that girl's body. Why does she have it so easy? How does she lose her weight, or how does she gain her weight? Notice how many times you've said that. So you see the repeating patterns. So again and again you're feeling insecure, because the universe wants to teach you that you have to feel comfortable in your body, you have to feel good in your body. And how do you do that? You have to do that by just feeling like developing self love inside of yourself, and just realizing that what people say about me doesn't mean that it has to be valid to me, and have to stop taking that comparison in a negative way. I have to take that comparison in a healthy way, that yes, I want that girl's dream body, because that way I have a healthy body and I have a fit body. So that is how you have to look at comparison. And apart from that, why do you care so much about what society thinks about your body? You need to be comfortable first. Then you can take a look at other people's opinion, but first be comfortable in your own body. Why are you being insecure? You're beautiful, you're gorgeous. You're a miracle sent by the universe. Do you know how much disappointed God would be if he found you complaining like this, or if he found you insecure about your own body? He would be very disappointed about the chance he gave you to flourish and radiate love on this earth. So please stop that. And that is why I said notice repeating patterns, because if these patterns are repeating, you know that it is meant to be stopped. So, yes. Next thing in this healing process is that you have to validate yourself. You have to acknowledge all the feelings and cry if you damn want to. Okay. So at once, just sit. Do this whole process, this whole realization of things. You can even start doing it right now. But you have to sit in a quiet room and just acknowledge it all. Feel it all. Like what happened to you, what all the details. Like I'm not telling you to feel your sufferings, obviously, but whatever happened, just look through it once, like as if you were seeing a movie, and try to validate your feelings, like why it felt like that, why is it feeling to you like that. Validate it all and acknowledge it, that yes, this happened to me and it was not right, and now I have to take responsibility for my own mental health and stop ruining myself, stop ruining my mental health. And for example, if you're trying to feel it all at once and you feel overwhelmed, please stop and take breaks, because you don't want to feel overwhelmed. You just want to do it all at once. But it's okay if it takes a few tries, because that's all fine. Take a break. If it's all not coming to you in one day, try again the next day. But make sure you're acknowledging it all, you're validating yourself, that yes, I felt this way. You're trying to go through what happened to you, just experiencing all at once. Because see, what we try to do is, like, we've experienced this certain thing in the past, and what we do constantly throughout our day, throughout our week, in different hours, we get those reminders that yes, that happened to me. There's a dark past, like inside of me. Something happened to me in the past, and I don't seem to recover from it. So that is what we do, like those small tiny bits of that whole situation comes up to us throughout our life. So that is why you have to acknowledge it all. Then also you have to go to the roots, like why did it happen, what made me so vulnerable to that situation. Like I'll take a simple example again, there's insecurities. So you have to start questioning it. First of all, realize the fact that insecurities were formed inside of you, first of all, because you were conditioned from the beginning. Your mother, your parents may have told you that you're fat, you need to start losing weight, you need to stop eating that food, or otherwise you'll get too fat. And then also you may have seen those perfect bodies. So see, first is the conditioning part, and second is you yourself are letting those insecurities get to you. You're keeping those expectations and you're bounding yourself to those expectations. So you must have seen pretty girls online, and you may be thinking that yes, they're so pretty, why can't I be like that? So that's the second way how insecurities are formed. Number one, by other people, but you're again allowing that. And number two, by yourself, because you're seeing those people, and now you may be saying like society has all those expectations. Society doesn't have those expectations. Even if they may be having those expectations, why do you need to live up to other people's expectations? That's not, you are not meant to live like that. Your life will not go according to what other people want it to go. And that is why you have to go to the roots, like what made me vulnerable to that insecurity, why did I start feeling insecure about my body? And secondly, you have to question, like as I said, like do you want to live up to people's expectations? Why? So start questioning. Like if your parents told you that you can't eat that food, why can't I eat that food? It's my body, it's my now obviously you have to see, again, it's the it's another thing to, just feel about your body, and then it's another thing to keep a check of what you're doing. So it may be your unhealthy habits that may have gotten you into such a unhealthy body which you yourself don't like. So try to keep your body healthy, try to fuel good stuff in your body. So yes, go to the roots. Why am I taking expectations? And is it because I am doing something wrong? Is it because I am eating unhealthy junk food like at least 5 times a week? So question it all, go to the root. And then another thing is, then you have to just let it all out. You don't have to keep that inside yourself. You can let it out to, if you have got a trusted family or friend, or to which you're comfortable talking about, but make sure it's completely like you're completely comfortable with them, like you can say everything without the slightest of judgment coming from their side. If you don't have that sort of person, you can try going to therapists or counselors. But if you feel like you can't go to them, maybe because of financial issue or whatever it is, whatever reason it may be, you don't want to go, maybe just do it by yourself. You can try journaling. Just journal, rip the paper, burn the paper. Okay, just write it all down, cut it, cross marks, and just write swear words if you want, and then cross it, tear it, burn it. Do whatever it takes to let all of those feelings out. Whatever you acknowledged, you have to put that into words somehow. Okay, so you have to let it out. You don't have to keep it inside, like a dark ball inside of you. No. And you can also, if you don't want to write it down, you can also film yourself. Just take your phone, put it in front of you, and just talk about it. Make sure to let it all out. You're talking about every single detail, you're going to the roots, acknowledging it, you're validating. Do it all at once in front of the camera or on a paper. That video can be 1 hour long. Who cares? You do you just say whatever you want, say everything you want at once. Then another thing is the way you talk to yourself. So see, just because something happened to you in the past doesn't mean you have to beat yourself up for it. Even if you've got insecurities, you first have to stop hating yourself. You have to stop hating your body, your personality. It all starts with self acceptance, and then only you can make changes. If you don't even accept it, then how do you even expect to make any change? So I want you to look very carefully at the way you talk, because see, you must be saying 100 times in front of the mirror that I'm not pretty. Oh, I've got this pigmentation, I've got this scar on my face, I'm ugly, all those girls on the internet are so pretty, I must buy some more makeup to cover up my skin. Why are you doing that to yourself? You do not deserve to be treated like that, not by anybody, not by yourself. Stop condemning yourself just because you felt that trauma, you felt that childhood parental trauma, or just whatever happened to you in the past. You do not get the right to talk bad about yourself. You don't have to say that it was my mistake. You can acknowledge that yes, I had some part in it, but then again, I am completely human and I deserve to get healed. I deserve to give my mental health a break. I deserve to give my mental health some relaxation, some peace. So never ever talk badly about yourself. As I've said before, your words have great power. They will keep on manifesting. Whatever you say, the more with more feeling you're saying it, it will keep on manifesting. So even if you're saying that that trauma happened because of me, I was super stupid in that, you will keep feeling that. You'll keep feeling that sort of black depression on your top, because you're affirming that, you're saying that out to yourself, you're talking to yourself like that. So positive self-talk is very important. You do not get the right to hate yourself, not at all. So that is why I said validate your feelings and look at the way you talk to yourself. Even if you're insecure about yourself, that doesn't give you a right to talk bad about your own body, about your own personality. Then you can start by forgiving. Once you've let it all out, you've validated, you've acknowledged, you can start by forgiving the person or the situation. Now yes, this advice may come as a surprise to you, like why does that person deserve my forgiveness? That person does not deserve my forgiveness for the way he or she treated me. But see, you have to realize the fact that you're not forgiving the person or the situation or the past because they deserve your forgiveness. You're doing that because you deserve peace. Because unless and until you're not forgiving them, you're not letting it go, it will keep on hovering on you, it will keep on staying within you, and you'll keep hurting on that way. You deserve peace, and for that you have to forgive that person, not for them but for yourself. You have to forgive that situation. Like yes, my parents made me feel like way, the internet made me feel that way, but it's totally fine. Right now, I hold the power to my present. I hold the power to myself. I can control myself, nobody else. I have the power to control my reality, and at this present moment, I'm going to change it. I'm not going to allow anybody's expectations or anybody let me or make me feel down. I'm not going to let that happen. So that is why I'm forgiving the person. It's okay. The internet made me feel that way. It's okay. I forgive them. My parents made me feel that way. It's okay. I forgive them. To whoever the person to whoever the person who caused me this trauma, I'm forgiving them because I deserve peace. It's okay. I'm letting them go. I'm letting them go into the void. Now this part, it will not be easy, because forgiving the person, like, how do you, you've built so much of hate inside of yourself for that person, so how do you tend to forgive them? So yes, this part will be difficult, but uh, another thing is, you can start the there's this prayer, I don't know what's called. It's like a sorry, thank you, please forgive me, thank you, I love you prayer. I think it's called the Ho'oponopono prayer. I will look it up and I'll link a video down below. So it's basically, again, this about the same thing, because see, in the end, we're meant to radiate love, we're meant to radiate positivity. So that is what the prayer focuses on. So it's like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. So this way you're forgiving, like, you're, see, are you apologizing to? I'm sorry, you're doing it to your inner self, you're doing it to your soul, to that child inside of you, to that, like, a live being inside of you who you have hurt so much because of constantly feeling that past, due to past which was caused by some other person. So this way you're forgiving your inner being, like, you're apologizing to your inner being, and you're saying thank you for forgiving me, and then you're saying I love you to them, because obviously. And this, you can do this prayer, you can do at night, like, just turn it on and just listen it for the whole night. It will be really great for you, because then it will embed in your social mind and try to provide you peace in the mental aspect. And then you can also do this to the person who hurt you, like, I forgive you, thank you, and I love you, and I'm letting you go. All of these things, you can find it more on the internet if you want, but yes, you should start doing this prayer in order to heal your mental being. And trust me, it really works. I've heard so much stories about this Ho'oponopono prayer, and it's really good. It like provides a peace, and you're just apologizing to your inner self for hurting it, and you're be grateful that yes, it is forgiving you and you love it. So now from this moment forward, you have to start developing self-love inside of yourself and trying to reparent yourself. If you never got the love you wanted from your family or parents, you have to start giving it to yourself now. You have to. If they're not giving it to you, you can't hold any more expectations. You have to start giving it to yourself, and you don't have to blame them for it. Like, I have to love myself just because you're not loving me. No, it's not like that. It's okay if they don't want to, parent you that according to your expectations. You can parent yourself according to your expectations. And self-love, I've made plenty videos about it, or you can go on other people's channels, and there's this book, it's called By Yourself the Damn Flowers. That is really, really good, and you could read that in order to understand all the aspects of self-love, because self-love is a totally different topic. But yes, you have to establish it by romanticizing your life, by constantly saying positive words to yourself, by looking at yourself in the mirror, and just look in, like, having positive self-talk with yourself, like good self-talk, healthy self-talk. Looking into the mirror and affirming that you are loved, you are at peace, I love you, I'm grateful for my life, I'm grateful for today. All of that thing you can do for self-love. And then you have to start accepting yourself, and then only you can make changes. Otherwise, it's a no. And you have to realize the importance of self-sufficiency, that you can't bound your happiness to somebody or something. And then you have to start working on your inner child, making your inner child happy. Your inner child is just a smaller version of you. It's as simple as that. And you can start by giving yourself the 5 love languages. Go on to Google and just search it all up and try giving it all to yourself, because that heals your inner child. Apart from that, there are inner child meditations, and then there's this amazing visualization technique. This visualization technique you can do for forgiving the person or the situation that caused you all that situation, trauma, whatever. And then you can use the same visualization for your inner child as well. So what you do in that, you just imagine like a white light going through your body, stopping at your heart chakra, and from there a pink or a green or any colored light, it can be any color, pink or red or green colored light is like emancipating out of your heart, and it is engulfing the person, engulfing your inner child. You can, whatever age comes up at your head, it's engulfing your inner child. And then you're forgiving the person, you're just seeing them in front of you, and you're just saying, I forgive you and I let you go now. All of that. So you can use the power of imagination. Do it, just sit and do it all in one sitting, and then repeat. Okay, so that doesn't stay inside of you, and I'll come to that in the next point. So yes, start by healing your inner child because you deserve it. Your inner child deserves it. So yes, as I've said. And also the self talk, like look into the mirror and provide love to yourself, parent yourself, go to the movies you always wanted to go to, take up a hobby that you did in your childhood, and watch a movie that you watched or a cartoon that you watched in your childhood. And also you can take up your childhood blanket and wrap yourself up in it. Trust me, it makes you feel good because I've tried that. And then I come to my next point, which is sometimes, see, you will feel like you've healed, but then the next day you'll feel the same. You'll feel the same trauma engulfing you. You'll feel the same past, that dark past engulfing you, and you'll feel like, oh, I just did this yesterday. I healed myself yesterday, but why did it happen? So at this moment, when you feel like you've done this process for yourself, and the next day you're feeling it again, at that moment you need to disconnect, because like your trauma, your past is an energy, okay? And we'll come to that later on. But yes, you feel like you've healed, but it feels the same, and that is because, see, whatever happened to you in the past, and you've been feeling it along for 2-3 years, for so many years, for so many days, for so many hours throughout your day, so it will not go away in one. So you have to learn to disconnect. For that disconnection part, you can go take a cold shower, just hop in the shower, and if you can't do that, take a walk in nature. You can just sit in the nature on the grass, whatever you want. Drink a lot of water, or just start exercising. Your endorphins will get released, your dopamine will get released, which will help you disconnect from the situation. Now after you've disconnected from it, start the process again. Like start by acknowledging your feelings wherever you are. Just start by just thinking it in your head, acknowledging it out, and then letting it out. Open your notes app and start typing in that. Then you can start by closing your eyes, forgiving the person in front of you, doing like a 5 minute self-love meditation or whatever you want. Now many people will say, like, I don't have time for that, like I'm doing my work, how do I just stop in the second? Please just tell me one thing. Do you not have like just 15 minutes to give to yourself, to heal yourself? See, if you have not healed, there's this thing inside your head, then you will not be able to do whatever you are doing, and you will not succeed in that. That's for a sure thing. Even if you're able to do it, you will not see the desired results, because there's something going inside your head that is disturbing you. So that is why you have to give out time for yourself. You're ready to give that time to strangers, random strangers on the internet, or even random people on the street who are honking at you while you're driving. You're ready to give that attention to them, but you're not ready to give it to you. That's just seem a little hypocritic. So that is why, if you feel you've healed but still feel the same, disconnect and repeat the process. Then stop self-pitying. Self-pitying is horrible. Trust me, it really is. Because what is self-pitying doing for you? It's just wasting your time. It's making you feel more and more things badly about the situation. Like you're just overthinking. When you're self-pitying, you're actually overthinking the situation. You're overthinking your emotions, because self-pity eventually leads to anger, jealousy, insecurities, and you will it will push you into that dark void. It will push you into the negative state, and we do not want that. We want to pull ourselves out of the negative state and take a look at what life has to offer, and be grateful for the fact that we are alive and we're breathing, and we're able to walk, we're able to listen, we're able to see around the world, we're able to smell, we're able to touch, and we're able to hear. So stop self-pitying. Don't pity yourself like, oh my god, I felt that way. Don't have that victim mentality. Like, you have to validate your feelings, but you don't have to self-pity like, why did it happen to me? It happens to nobody. It happened to me and I'm such a warrior. Yes, you are a warrior, but you don't have to pity yourself for it. Don't take mercy for yourself. No, sorry, that was wrong. That went out of the wrong way. Basically, you have to validate yourself. You have to acknowledge that, yes, I felt this way, and I'm amazing to just evolve, get started on this healing process. But don't self-pity. Now coming to my next point, your trauma, your insecurities, all of that jealousy you feel, how people made you feel in the past, or how a certain situation made you feel, it is all an energy, and it is certainly a negative one. So that is why I said you need to disconnect from that, because now that you've learned that this has no power over myself, but it is still coming back to me in bits and pieces. So you have to learn to disconnect right at that very moment. You have to detach yourself from that energy, otherwise that energy will latch onto you and it will continue the same cycle. You'll feel the same way again and again and again. So that is why I said move your body, take a cold shower, go to the nature, because that will like disconnect you from that energy. Or just start being grateful for your life. Start walking around and just being grateful for whatever you have, for whatever you are. Now another thing is, create a romantic routine for yourself. Once you've acknowledged it all, you'll feel so heavy, like you'll feel drained a little bit, because that energy has left your body right now. Like it's in the process of leaving your head, so you will feel very drained. You'll feel like the need, you'll need to find love and all of that. So that's why you have to romanticize your life, and you have to create a good routine for yourself. Start by waking up, meditating, saying your affirmations. If you want to do the whole healing process again, do it again. If you wish to go to a therapist, go to a therapist. Then do your work, whatever you're doing, take some breaks, do whatever you want. Inner child healing, like take up all your hobbies. Then make sure to exercise, that's very important. Eat good food, and then read a little, dance a little, sing a little, whatever you wish to do. But make sure to make it all feel good. You have to create this yourself, a romantic routine. Go shopping, go buy a new cute cup, go buy some plants. If you wish to get dog, go get a dog. Now, as I've said, you need to get you need to get in the practice of meditations, affirmations, reading, writing, and just visualization, all of that. So for that, you need to incorporate all these mindfulness practices into your routine. So you have to make sure you're meditating, you're taking deep breaths, you're exercising every single day in order to feel good, because these are like energy boosters. All of these healthy habits, these are certainly energy boosters. Another thing is that you have to start building a home within yourself. A home where you can always come back to at the end of the day, no matter what someone said to you, no matter what happened to your day. At the end of the day, you have to feel grateful in yourself that yes, I'm alive right now, and I have an opportunity to just live at this life. To build a home inside yourself where you can provide yourself love, no matter what happened to you throughout the day. You have to say to yourself that I love myself unconditionally, and I'm enough. I've always been enough, and I will always be enough in myself, in my body. So you have to provide that love. You have to hold a whole love home inside of yourself and always come back to it at the end of the day, to give yourself the comfort, the feeling, the love, the joy, the peace that you so desperately need. And with that, I come to my last point, that you have to choose peace. It is up to you to decide what you're choosing. Are you choosing this continuous cycles of that depression, trauma, and sadness, or you're trying to choose peace? Are you choosing to again and again experience the toxicity in bits and pieces, or are you choosing to create peace for yourself, provide the love for yourself that you did not have, or even if you did have, you have the right to provide it to yourself? At the end of the day, you have to choose to have to keep on going back to that memory and keep on experiencing it again and again, or just start my healing process right now at this moment and build a beautiful routine for myself which I can enjoy, and forget that whatever happened in the past, it remains in the past. It's okay, it was a thing, I learned something, or maybe it was just meant to come, but for whatever reason it is there. It does not have any power over my present, and I have the power to control my present right now. I have the power to create my reality, and I have the complete power to change it however I like. And even if you think like you're getting all of those thoughts like, I do not deserve this world, I deserve to end my, like, I don't deserve to live in this world, I have to end my life, all of those bad thoughts, those extremely negative thoughts, those resistance thought, because see, when you'll be in resistant, all of that depression thoughts, it's a complete resistance. So you'll feel all of this, and at that time you have to disconnect, take a cold shower, because there's this energy latching onto you, and you do not want it to latch onto you. And you have to realize the fact that you are a miracle. Okay, God sent you on this planet Earth for a reason, because see, we all are souls, we're all energies, and for energies, the best way to come back is being a human, like being on this earth, like being reborn. That is the best thing that can happen to any soul. And if you're getting that opportunity right now at this moment, please spoil yourself with the fact that yes, you are a miracle, you're a gem, you're a star, because you really are. You're one in a million, because out of all the souls, you've been the one that's been sent to this earth. So you have to find peace in that fact, and you have to realize that I'm a miracle and I do not deserve to be treated this way by myself or by others. And you have to start loving yourself. You have to start reparenting yourself. So I hope you learned something or the other from this video. It was quite long, there was a lot of things shared, and I hope you follow this process, and I know you will heal. Trust me, you will. I believe in you. You're worthy, you're loved, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye. Thank you.